Hello Twin Flames and welcome to your weekly energy forecast, in which we check in with your twin flame, with you, in order to see what's coming up for you the coming week. And last but not least, our final card are the next steps that you can take in order to speed up the process of your harmonious twin flame union. So let's get started with the card for your twin flame and let's see what's going to come up for them this week and what they're feeling, what they're thinking. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. For some of you, I feel like your twin flame might be withdrawing this week, physically, emotionally, energetically, but that's not personal to you. It's not something you did or said, so it's okay to release any guilt or fault here. It's not something you did. I get the feeling that your twin flame is feeling very tired and they want to regain their energy after something that happened that was very important this week. Or maybe there's something that they want to process and heal. Whenever your twin flame feels a bit more withdrawn, it doesn't mean that they're abandoning the connection, because you can't really do that. You can't leave yourself. You can't leave your twin flame. However, they might need their space in order to gain more clarity, rest a little, and realign with what they desire. And especially if they're healing something that's deeply rooted and something that feels really challenging to them, then it's normal that they would take some space in order to sort their thoughts out and their feelings before returning to the connection. It's important to remember also that whenever your twin flame pulls back, that mirrors somewhere where you are being called to go deeper within yourself, because it might be tempting to chase them or try and fill the silence in any way necessary, but those actions come from a desperate place instead of a place of love, and they're not really recommended. Your twin flame is not really going to respond to those. There will just be even more silence, which in turn will create even more hurt feelings on your side, and all of a sudden we're stuck in this vicious cycle of running and chasing, and that's not what we're all about here. We're all about union and harmony and coming together, magnetizing each other and feeling good. So if you're tempted to chase, feel the silence. Instead, pause and bring the attention inward. How are you feeling? What's going on with your life? Even outside of your twin flame connection, is there something that feels bad that you need to change in any way? This is a powerful time to reflect, to ground, and to create more peace within you. And to remember that your union comes from aligning with it and you filling up your cup and feeling good. And it doesn't come from constantly acting in a certain way or, constantly pursuing your twin flame. It's safe to look after yourself first. And your twin flame will join you in that space. Next up, we have your week ahead. So let's see what's going to come up for you this week. Oh, okay. Love yourself first. Interesting. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Beautiful reminder, beautiful card. It's extremely tempting, especially if you're divine feminine, but this can also happen with divine masculines, I've noticed. That you might sacrifice your self-respect and your boundaries in order to be loved, essentially, by your twin flame and maybe by other people in your life, such as your family, your children, co-workers. And this self-sacrificing thing, it doesn't really come from love. It comes from ego and it comes from separation. So it's not really serving you in any way to keep doing that. Instead, it's safe to respect yourself and to put yourself first. And it's also important to remember that how you treat yourself gives other people a blueprint of how they're going to treat you. If you're constantly disrespecting yourself and your own boundaries, then that's what people are going to do also, because you're leaving that door open. When that door should be, shut, deadbolted, locked, throw away the key. So this week you're being guided to strengthen your self-worth and your boundaries, and especially the emotional boundaries. It's also important to remember that people's feelings are their own. You're not responsible for them. If you putting up a boundary that honors you and honors your energy upsets someone, That's not on you to fix by lowering your boundary and dishonoring yourself, but it's on the other person to work through their feelings and not to see you as their source. We're all children of God, so God is our source, not other people. That's important to remember. And when we need something, God is the one that's going to provide for that need. And He's going to do that through other people, sure, but viewing other people as our source and our savior doesn't lead to a healthy relationship. If anything, it's very toxic, and it's not recommended to hold on to toxic relationships while on the twin flame journey, because that's going to bring the toxicity into your twin flame union also. Because that's a pattern that you're perpetuating. So it's best to just move on from that. You deserve healthy, loving relationships in your life, and that takes work. I know it's not always easy, but it's totally worth it. Another reminder from this card is that rather than focusing on what your twin flame is doing or not doing, are they with someone else? Are they looking at my socials? Are they, I don't know, booking a random trip somewhere? Who knows? Instead, it's important to turn inward. How can you honor yourself and love yourself more deeply this week? That's what's the priority here. That's what's the most important part, because your twin flame can only reject you if you've rejected yourself. So choosing to love yourself instead, that's what's bringing your twin flame closest to you. And last but not least, let's see your next steps. How can you speed up the process of harmonious union? And we have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. So flirting here isn't about like flirting with anybody, seeing what's out there necessarily. Unless you're in a place where you don't know who your twin flame is and you're still exploring your options, that's fine. But if the universe has revealed to you that this person is it, it's important to keep your sexual energy sacred and focus that energy on your healing instead, because that's how you attract your twin flame. And focusing your attention on other people and keeping your options open, so to speak, that doesn't really create the conditions or a solid foundation for a committed relationship with your twin flame, because you're not committing to your journey and you're not committing to your mission as a twin flame. So that's something important to keep in mind. Flirting here is more of a metaphor. It's light-hearted energy. You're being invited to soften, to open and lighten your energy instead of being too serious all the time, maybe. That's a common trap you might fall into. Everything is darkness, everything is terrible. But this week, we get the guidance to relax a little. Flirting here means embodying joy, charm, openness to being loved, without any pressure or any agenda, and without chasing. When you relax into your natural playfulness, then your vibration also rises, and your twin flame can feel that, and they're really drawn to that. And you can even think about yourself, like what kind of person would you rather spend your life with? Someone who is miserable all the time and they're making it their life's mission to be miserable at all times? Or, someone who's healing, who's growing, who's, they might have their rough moments like we all do, but they're not staying stuck there. They're choosing to cultivate more playfulness and lightheartedness and humor in their life. Probably you'd go with the second person, and that makes total sense. And don't forget that you're the person that you have to spend the rest of your life with. Even, taking your twin flame out of the equation for a moment, you're the person that you wake up with and the person that you go to sleep with forever. So it's important to make peace with that and cultivate the qualities that you enjoy. And that's not really changing yourself in a negative way or, forcing yourself to be someone you're not. Because if you desire those qualities, it means that they are within you. But maybe they're buried under maybe trauma that you experienced that made you feel a certain way. Or, you need support in order to embrace this lightheartedness. And that's totally okay. But what's important is to keep moving in the direction of those qualities that you desire and to embody them. Because that's going to make you feel a lot better, actually, both about your relationship with yourself and about your twin flame journey. And that's where the magic can happen, when you feel good about yourself and your life, instead of only focusing on what's wrong and what constantly needs fixing. So this is all I had for you, my dear twin flames. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.